Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Stencil Saturday video. This week we are working with the Tumbler Stencil, and I have gone ahead and marked that. So what we're going to do is kind of maybe a little more free motion. We are going to use a ruler for one thing. Maybe a little more modern look, but I really love it because it's purposely random. All the spacing and sizing is purposely random, which is always great because then you don't have to stress so much about, having things all the same size and so perfect. And I like that sometimes. So what we're going to do are like little arches. So we are going to go ahead and stitch the actual stencil lines here with the ruler. And the only reason that we really need to have these lines is because we're going to put little arches in here. But we're going to echo them a couple of times. So we really need to have a bottom because we're going to go up and around. Then we need to travel. And if this line isn't here, your traveling things are just going to kind of be hanging there with, they're not against anything. So let me just go ahead real quick, and we're going to use a ruler, and we're just going to stitch these. If I can get a hold of the thread here. Straight lines before we do anything else. Well, so we're just gonna go right on those lines. Totally marked right off the edge, but that'll be okay. Oh, oh my goodness, not even on the line. So one bonus to trying to stitch right on that stencil line is that when you stitch on it, it kind of makes the powder go away. So you can kind of be getting it off as you go. And then this last one. Okay, now we are ready to work our way back across here. And like I said, we're simply going to do some little arches. And so I'm going to stitch up and around. So instead of having rounded tops, I'm kind of going to make everyone different because I want it to follow along the shape and angle of this line that's up here. Again, I'm not using a ruler. I'm just putting them in here, purposely making them all different shapes and sizes because they don't need to be perfect. And I'm going to kind of by eye try to fit two in here because it gets a little weird if you try to put one where this V is. So I'm gonna try to get two in there. We'll see how that goes. So I'm just going to go to the top. I like to round my little corners. I don't care if I'm really on that line or not, or it really doesn't matter. I come down. I'm just going to travel, and I want to put two echoes inside here because if I do just one, now I'm here, but I need to be over here to do the next one. So I'll go ahead and add one more echo. See, some of them I'll put real low like this, and then maybe the next one I'll put higher up. Do they need to be, does this next one have to go right on this? If you want it to. They don't even all have to do, I mean, it really does not matter because when you're done and you have all of these little arches, it just looks super cool. And you don't notice any gaps or anything like that. So, same thing, kind of like this rounded arch. One echo. So maybe this one I'll take all the way up to the top like that. I'm just going to travel to the end of that one and do another one. go. Maybe I'll put this one really close to travel. You see that one, I left a lot more space between, but it is okay. That one I'll leave more space at the top. So, I mean, you can see it really can just be totally different. It's really better that way. There's no side-by-side comparisons. A little bit wider. I'll make this one really low. So now I'm just going to travel up into this next row and do the same thing, just back the other direction. If you have or have seen my Modern Simplicity class or book, then you have probably seen this design before. If you haven't seen that book or class, and you like this kind of quilting where nothing needs to be like exactly precise, then you might want to check it out, because it's full of designs like this where almost like the imperfection is what makes it so cool. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and continue and just fill in the rest of this row as well as the one above it. So that completes the stitching, and as you can see, I think it's a really fun, easy, no stress kind of design. I mean, and it would work really well. You could use it depending on the size of a quilt. If you had a smaller quilt, you could do it as an edge to edge. You could do it to fill a border, or even just like this, like an empty block that you need a design for. So let me turn this light off to see if maybe we can see it a little bit better. I really like this. So I hope you guys like that. It's a little easier, no rulers involved, just some nice quick free motion. So I will see you all next week. Bye.